we are on the 6th season of No Filter.
I just finished a recording with Tiger.
Right.
Like literally, you've caught me like I'm straight. It's fresh out of the oven.
Right.
And I'm so happy that I'm not doing your job.
When Tiger was your guest, you were this side. Do you enjoy being this side?
Tiger came in. The elevator got stuck. And I'm like, no, I have 60 minutes with this guy. Most people in my place would be like, you're stuck in an elevator with Tiger Shroff. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is your moment,
Amazing.
girl. And then in my head, I'm just like, I'm co-producer. I am not interested in this. I want him out so he can go and shoot. All he says, really casually, and then there's a blackout. He's got his glasses on. He's like, बहुत अंधेरा हो गया. And I'm like, but I have only 60 minutes with you. And he's like, relax. Chill, हो जाएगा. होता रहता है.
Wow. Yeah. Back in the days, Shekhar Suman was the one only talk show man. Now we have one Karan Johar. But if you've seen the West, there's Saturday Night Live, there are all kinds of talk shows. There are talk show celebrities. Where do you see your talk show going? Where do you want it to ultimately go?
I'm going to take really big names and don't judge me here. So when you see an Ellen or when you see an Oprah or when you see many other shows like that, there's humor, there's trust, and most importantly, you have faith in this person. The magic of that can be created and hopefully get there. Hi everyone, I'm Neha Dhupia and you're going to watch me talk about my brand new season of No Filter Neha. Yes, we're in season 6. You can watch this on GeoTV and GeoTV Plus. And guess what? Everything that you need to know about the show, where it's shot, how we shoot it, and all the other scoop, Rohit and I are going to be sharing that with you only on Bollywood Hungama.
Neha Dhupia, welcome to Bollywood Hungama and thank you for having us over on your set. We are on the 6th season of No Filter.
Yes.
Ever imagined while you were doing the first season that it will come this far?
No, actually not. It's so funny, Rohit. Firstly, thank you very much. And welcome to our set. Yes. The reason why we're calling it a set right now, because this is literally the first video shoot we've done. I don't know when this will come out, in what order things come out. Everything keeps changing closer to release. But this is it. This is the first time we have a real set for No Filter Neha. Otherwise, we were always in a recording studio.
Right.
Not to say, I'm not going to take away from the fact that that wasn't fun. And because that was fun, and because there were great conversations that we had over there with great legit stars. Therefore, we are in season 6.
Yeah, true.
So therefore, and just today, because we haven't done like a legit poster shoot and I don't know what that's going to look like, I'm like, I was going back to thinking that when we were shooting for season 1, the photo shoot and the outdoors and stuff. So, वहाँ पे मैं बैठी हुई थी और मैं सोच रही थी कि season 1 ऐसे है. And I was like, अच्छा ठीक है, season 2, season 3, season 4 ऐसे होगा, 5 ऐसे होगा. And then I said, 6 तक तो हम पता नहीं पहुँचेंगे कि नहीं, फिर तो 2 हाथ लगेंगे. And today,
we are there,
हम season 6 तक पहुँच गए हैं और 2 हाथ लग रहे हैं. We're at season 6 of No Filter Neha. It's on GeoTV, it's on GeoTV Plus. We're so excited that there's such a, there's so much love that we got back that after all these years, and we have been around for longer than 6 years, because I did take a 3-year break also in the middle.
True.
Yeah.
Neha, what makes your interviews with celebrities, you are one yourself, is that the big sauce, that you have that access, you have that friendship, that rapport, and they trust you. Is that one big sauce for all the juice that comes out?
I think, the first and the most important is I'm not as smart and as learned as all of you are, because you're also journalists and then you get down to doing interviews. So my interviews are very research based. Where does my research come from? Little less reading and little more friends and family. So I get in on the research because the friends and families also open their doors to me. They've seen me around. They know that, it's going to be no filter, but then at the same time, if they need to be protected, I'll give them that, True. So it may rain, but I can also be your umbrella at the same time. So, but one is that. The second thing is, I think also, Rohit, the trust kind of factor comes in from the very word go when they say, yes, we'll come on the show.
Yeah.
And then, of course, getting them, and then there's management, and there's all of that. So, going through all those by-lanes and finally getting them to sit on that chair to doing it, I also don't have as much muscle as most of, the coolest shows have. So, we're kind of like, it's building blocks. So one day, hopefully, it'll be that. But I think we can call ourselves, you know, a far or a close second, and it's nice. Not everyone says no. Uh, some may say no for coming on it for the second time because they've already been on it the first time. But is it a blank, like, no, we can't come unless there's a real reason? Sometimes the big stars want to come when the films are aligned.
Right.
But I'm not shooting my season then. I have my restrictions because set utna hi hai, and you know, set pe hum zyada kharcha to nahi kar sakte. We can't have a set standing the whole year round.
Yeah.
So it's all that, but comfort, I have a feeling there is a little, if I may say so myself, and I'm not, I mean, in no high praise, somewhere there is comfort.
There is comfort.
I don't know what it is. It's like, and I have a way of giving other people that feeling. I feel like you're also very comfortable right now while talking.
Yeah, of course, always.
So I think that's the most important thing.
Right. You know, when you're shooting, you are on this side. You know, now you are the guest on the show.
I'm so relaxed.
Yeah.
I just finished a recording with Tiger.
Right.
Like, literally, you've caught me like I'm straight. It's fresh out of the oven.
Right.
And I'm so happy that I'm not doing your job.
Right. So when Tiger was your guest, you were this side. Do you enjoy being this side? This is the other side.
So, you know, I'm along with GeoTV Plus, everybody else who's involved in the show. I'm also the co-producer of the show. So, you know, I have a small little company called Big Girl Productions, and I'm the co-producer. So for me, the part to answer your question, do I enjoy this?
Yeah.
If it was purely this, like set par aaye, apna kaam kiya, baatein ki, get, you know, a lot of fun content out of them, have a great conversation, yes. But the before and after is mayhem.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, for instance, I'm also the co-producer of the show, and most people, if you don't know, like, you can rehearse as much as you want, but then there's, you know, there's a whole lot of shit that goes on which is not a part of your tech check.
Like what?
Like, for instance, when Tiger came in, we're shooting on the 5th floor. This is Mumbai. Elevators never stop, and boom, from 0 to 5, like, it's probably a 4-second lift ride. And at 2, the elevator gets stuck. And I'm like, no, I have 60 minutes with this guy. He's like this mega star. He's got his sunglasses on. And he suddenly goes, and then from being stuck, I'm like, come on, press. And then in panic, I feel like somebody in the elevator has pressed all the buttons. The elevator doesn't move. Most people in my place would be like, you know, you're stuck in an elevator with Tiger Shroff. What are you talking about? This is your moment, girl. And then in my head, I'm just like, I'm co-producer. I am not interested in this. I want him out so he can go and shoot. All he says, really casually, and then there's a blackout. He's got his glasses on. He's like, "Bahut andhera ho gaya." And I'm like, "But I have only 60 minutes with you." And he's like, "Relax, chill, ho jayega." Hota rehta hai.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just saying, you can do as many tech checks, and then suddenly this happens. So there have been times in the past, like, things like this have happened with us, or like, I know that nobody has control over weather gods, but even when we used to do audio, we used to have celebs come in, and then, you know, like, rain in December.
Right.
And, you know, like, the setting had, like, you know, some of the BTS had, like, cameras outside, and there was this one time where our entire backdrop and our hoarding and all go because of the rain. So you have multiple things that go wrong. I'm trying to think of how bad, but this is as bad as it gets. That when you have 60 minutes with someone, out of that, like, 1/10 of your time you're stuck in an elevator. And then we went straight down to the basement. So with my 5-inch heels, I was just like, मैं 5 माले तक ऊपर चढ़ जाऊंगी, फिर ये interview कर लो.
Right. Tell me, what was the decision when, you know, about you and GeoTV that let's do a video? It should come and people should see it.
I feel like, you know, audiences are ready for it. Like, it's a huge stamp of approval that we've gone from season 1 to season 5. And the fact that audio kind of did so well, we're hoping, and we have fingers crossed, that people also consume that much more content on video. And you know, with the really good conversations and talk shows doing well, it also encourages us to, you know, kind of go ahead have similar but different conversations, and everybody has different styles. And
Right.
you know, let's come out clean over here. I mean, if you look at Coffee with Karan, I'm a huge Karan Johar fan, and I'm not going to shy away from that. But the way he has, you know, a way of kind of making his guests feel at ease, and at the same time slipping them into like opening up and, you know, giving us like this Pandora's box of
Right.
information. Nobody else can do it.
Nobody
But
can do it.
I feel like we also have, you know, room and life and space. And I've never said this, but to kind of marvel his generosity as a friend, literally the last phone call was to him. And I'm like, after my first tech check, because I'm going video for the first time, and I was just like, I'm drawing a blank. And he's like, start like this. If this is Tiger, then start like this and do this and do this.
Wow,
So point
nice.
1, 2, and 3 was him. And you know, I'm just saying that on a normal day, people would imagine that ye talk show hai or ye talk show hai and this person is like this. But also, like, you know, to come from such a secure place that you're constantly helping everyone develop their skill.
Right.
And very few people can do it. Like, I mean, hats off to Karan. Like, literally for the past 4 days, I would pick up the phone on him, ask him. When I would see him, I would say that, you know, how do I start? Like, what is my first point of starting a conversation with someone like Tiger? And he was holding my hand through it. Little did we know that I would get stuck in an elevator and he'd be having the last laugh.
As much as people do research for you, they give you papers, they give you documents, and you go through it, and people give you tips on what to do. Ultimately, it's a conversation between two people. I have researched for this interview, but you, Neha, are a very pally, chatty guest, so my job becomes easier. Every time guests may not be that way. That's where your Neha has to come in and have a conversation.
Yeah.
That comes with experience and time. How far have you reached with that?
I'd like to sum that up and say you have to be on all the time.
Right, that's so true.
And there's, you know, as much as one comes across as thinking that you're very chatty, you also have to be a very good listener.
Right.
And I feel like I've developed that skill, and Angad always says I'm not a good listener. And he's like, you're only chatty. Like the last thing he said to me before coming on the show, he was just like, give Tiger some time to talk. And I'm like, he's like, tum kam bolo bas, tum kam bolo. So, you know, I feel like sometimes you have to give them a little bit of space to talk.
To talk, yeah.
Sometimes you have to lead them into conversation and talk about like 6 things that would make them comfortable to then taking them to a point where you really want them to answer your question.
Right.
When someone's not talkative. When someone is talkative, question 7 would have technically been question 1.
Right.
You know, so you have to do the math. At
Yeah,
what point
true.
will this person open up? And you know, like, you know, I know Rohit, you know that how much of the meat you're going to keep
Yeah.
of this. Like, you like the elevator touch point and you like the current touch point. And
Yeah.
I know that you know the touch points
Right.
that they are, or the fact that, you know, starting from season 1 to 6, how far we've come. You kind of, I've also, this is my 61st interview on No Filter Neha.
Oh my God.
Because the first 5 seasons had 12 each.
Right.
With no repeats except Karan, who came thrice. We
Right.
had no repeats. We've and like, you know, we've researched everyone.
Amazing. That's, yeah.
And
huge
people have had
achievement.
fun. And like, there have been times that we've called people and invited them, and actors who are extremely busy, even this year. And they're like, hey, we had so much fun. We'll just come back for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they're here to promote anything. Some are traveling. Some timelines don't match. The great thing is everyone's heard about the show. And, you know, enough and more of me like just smiling and saying this is what it is. But I've worked too damn hard on this.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's got my name in the title. And
Yeah.
I've really have genuinely, from like co-writing it to doing my research to like, and even more so now, taking time away from my kids
Right.
to actually put my 100% here to doing it. So, you know, like I want it to do well.
Right.
Yeah, and I want people to watch it.
Right. You know,
Dekhna, sab dekhna, No Filter Neha, season 6 on GeoTV and GTV Plus.
yes, we'll keep that.
Yeah.
You know, one important thing is India doesn't as such has a concept of talk shows. Now, this is not a podcast, just a podcast. It's a talk show. It will be, right? Like, back in the days, Shekhar Suman was the one only talk show man. Now we have one Karan Johar. But if you see in the West, there's Saturday Night Live, there are all kinds of talk shows. There are talk show celebrities. Where do you see your talk show going? Where do you want it to ultimately go?
I want it to go into a space of having really casual, really candid conversations. I want it to go into a space of people coming up to me, especially my guests coming up to me and saying that if you're doing another season, we want to come back on it and we'd like to talk about these issues and we really find comfort in that. Now, so internationally, I feel like faith is something that brings like, you know, and I'm going to take really big names and don't judge me here. So when you see an Ellen or when you see an Oprah or when you see many other shows like that, there's humor, there's trust, and most importantly, you have faith in this person. And the same people come back and they're throwbacks saying the last time you were here, or this has changed in your life, or so much has gone on in your life. And you know that they're there because they're eventually going to have fun. And at no point do I want to like throw anyone under the bus, whether it's my guests or people who I'm referring to in the show. But at the same time, I want all my audiences to watch it. And the truth is that everything that the ones we call as celebrities, like, you know, every time they come on the show, I want people to know that apart from this Friday release, there's so much more to them. And hopefully that my show would talk about that. And then, of course, it becomes larger. We embrace, you know, a larger community. We talk about subjects that, and add the frill. I'd love it if, you know, I'd love it if I was sitting with any actor, you know, or person that I look up to, and at the same time, we can take it live, and we have an audience with like 5 or 10,000 people who actually, or even 1,000 people on a set who actually look up to the conversation we're going to have and be interested in it, and not be distracted by it. So that, I feel like the magic of that can be created and hopefully get there and make a difference. And that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, I'm going to be able to change the world, but make a difference by them seeing their most preferred celebrity in an unfiltered way, saying that, oh, hey, he or she's also gone through this. For instance, we've had on this season, you know, the most supreme actors come on our show and talk about things like anxiety. So like just, you know, and you worry for everybody who goes through it, and at the same time, you know, when you have an A-lister like that, you know, what do you call them? When you have your most kind of, you have a star in front of you or an actor in front of you talking about it, you know that they're making a difference because there's somebody else who's relating to it saying that, hey, this person spoke about it, and, you know, maybe I should also talk about it. Maybe I should also, you know, refer to people. Maybe I should also use this mechanism. So somewhere in conversation, make a difference to that. And then, of course, viewership. I'm not going to lie about it at all. And people should have fun. You know, we're stuck with so many things in our lives.
You know, so would you like to do a show where it's you, your guest, and a live audience? Will we see that?
Yeah, I love that. I'd love that, but everybody should keep quiet because sound is very important. I look at these shoose, or you look at a Saturday Night Live, or you look at an Ellen, or you look at all of these shows. There's everything. There's humor. There's there are guests. There's production
jokes,
value.
games,
there's jokes. There's games. And I feel like from season 1 to season 6, have I become 6 times bigger? Yes, we have. I mean, look at where we've come right now. The fact that we have season 6. Do we have room for getting bigger from this point? 100% we do. But I'm not lying about anything. And of course, you know, be synonymous to the fact that here's this person who you can have a conversation.
True. What's the one big difference that you see when you're doing video now as to the podcast that you did where it was not shot on camera?
The number of days of rehearsal. So when I was going audio, I would co-write the script and then I would be like, theek hai. And I would refer sometimes to a page, I'm not going to lie, and be like, okay, now, or refer to my tab or something, and then be like, wo page ka sound nahi aana chahiye. But now I'm there, like
now
I'm
you
on, and any mistake, I'll get caught. And yeah, I mean, a little bit of investment in styling, set, all of
true.
that. I mean, it's nice. I'm enjoying it, but more pressure.
More pressure.
And less room for mistake.
Definitely, no room for
and
mistake.
and hoping that there's a larger audience.
Yeah.
वो देखेंगे ना तो बहुत फर्क पड़ता है.
True. So where can they, also, do you want to tell them right now, where can they watch it? When does it start? How many episodes? What's the plan?
So right now, I mean, as for present day, I think we start somewhere around the end of Feb.
Okay.
We're in season 6. You can watch No Filter Neha on GeoTV and GeoTV Plus, and you can also listen to it on Geo Savan. So it's audio and video, and we're very excited to bring all these amazing conversations forward. Listen to them, watch them, enjoy them, and yeah, we worked very hard. तो मतलब देख लेना यार और सुन लेना, please.
So this interview will go at the start. Do you want to throw in some names? Who have you recorded with? What's the plan? Anyone confirmed?
So, season's looking exciting. We've got Kareena Kapoor, we've got Ananya Pandey, we're mostly getting Vicky Kaushal, Shahid Kapoor, Tiger Shroff, Kriti Sanon, who have I missed? I missed someone. Kartik Aryan, and we've still got one odd seat to fill. But right now we've got 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
And hopefully we'll keep getting bigger and better. Hi everyone, I'm Neha Dhupia, and you're going to watch me talk about my brand new season of No Filter Neha. Yes, we're in season 6. You can watch this on GeoTV and GeoTV Plus. And guess what? Everything that you need to know about the show, where it's shot, how we shoot it, and all the other scoop, Rohit and I are going to be sharing that with you only on Bollywood Hungama.